fuck. Okay, we're back. We're back in. Let's fast travel. So where can I take you? Naughty, naughty girl, Lydia. Go back up to KHX's house, because from there we can cycle around to where we assume the graveyard is. Because that's a mystery that's still eluding me. In that, who the fuck is One Last Kiss? What are they doing? What are they here for? What do they want? Who were they? Every single facet of their existence is a mystery. Is it down there? No, it's Justice's house. I can't believe we found a clue from just looking out over the fucking over the side. Opulent ziggurat, and if my calculations are correct, the sequence 14, the graveyard should be somewhere around here. I guess not. Maybe it's inside. The door was open, a crack, I think, unless I missaw. Here we go. Exhaust blood crystals. I wonder if we have to buy fucking 20 of these. Statue mind. Nope. Not fixed yet. Or not updated on. What the fuck? Is this how this is supposed to look? I'm guessing so. Because she's not reacting big time crazy with it. Let's do a quick scan. Oh, this isn't where the graveyard is, and that annoys me, because that means we don't know where the graveyard is, and that means we have to do more work to find it. And I thought we were onto it. I thought we were onto it, but we weren't. Ah, Shinji. There's an awful lot of random crap scattered around this island, isn't there? The vignettes of lives once lived. That's a poetic way of saying trash. You're just scooping it all up, are you? The answers to mysteries are everywhere. Sorry I'm keeping you from your hobby of collecting garbage. Don't let me interrupt. Poof. Yeah, well, whatever. You do your... A puzzle. A puzzle for me. Hello. Oh my. Okay. The controls seem to move the walkways. Okay, so that's somewhere we can get to. This moves 2 and 4. So this moved 1 and 2? 2 and 4? This moves 1, 2, and 3. And this moves 3 and 4. I think I got it. I think I just need to push 4 again. Oh no, I was wrong. I thought that was in the right position, but it's not. Something like this. Oh shit. I almost had it there. Wait. Wait. Isn't there one that... It's not right either. Fuck. Okay, so that one does 1, 2, and 4. Are they all wrong now? No. Fuck, that's not right. I'm sort of just pressing them randomly now, aren't I? That moved all of them. So this moves 1, 2, and 4 every time. This moves 2 and 4. Every time. This moves all 4. Is it moving all 4 every time? Was I just confused before? I was. Alright. If I do this, it'll move 1, 2, and 4 away from where they're supposed to be, and I move all 4, and it'll move all 4 into position. Bangarang. I finally figured it out. Jesus, that was, whew, that was a lot of random button pushing to get where we wanted to go, and I'm not ashamed of that in the sense that I should be a little bit. I'm an investigator. I should be able to figure these things out. But no, I just randomly push buttons. To be fair, it was more like hands-on experimentation. There was no reason not to. Where is this? Where are we now? Nothing there. Just gotta make sure. Not missing any stray blood crystals. We're still saving up. We still want to keep most of them. Is this the graveyard? Boom. Here we go. This is exactly what we're looking for. A single blood crystal, no. Need worship. We don't have worship. Shinji, help us. It's a real shame about the murder, isn't it? Hard to have a good time when everyone's so worked up. Trying though. I really am. I'm off to hunt crows. Well, really useful. So either we need to unlock something, or what's-her-face is going to spring out at us at any given moment. Here we go. Establishing nightmare interface.
Nightmare computer.
Let's have a look. Skull face. Skull face. Pointy horn. Pointy horn. Cosmos. And it is one of them. And this one's the nice easy one.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Boom. Blood vial. Grace bloodlines obtained. Blood vials are sealed into coffins, so they can't be used illicitly after. Why is one last kiss directing me to Grace Bloodline's blood vial? This is Grace but Henry's murder victim. Starlight can verify that as haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sand, satellite. That's her unique blood code. This is Grace's blood vial. Why does one last kiss want me to find this? Oh, here she comes.
Those are facts. But are they the truth?
Do you understand, investigator? Starlight confirms this is Grace Bloodline's blood vial. Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sands, satellite. That's the blood code from the vial, correct? Is this who this is?
Got it.
There you go. You could only know that code if you were Grace Bloodlines, a chief exorcist. You were murdered by Henry when he was
Do
arrested.
you understand, investigator?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
Laughable.
What keeps someone from moving on? An obligation, a purpose, an unending rage?
That's weird.
Your murder was set up. Or was it the wrong place at the wrong time? Who can say? The truth is all around you, investigator. You should read this. What is it? The official report of the murder of Grace Bloodlines. What about the Holy Seals? I've been waiting for that question. Do you know something about them? Another time, investigator.
Is real
Wait, I'm not done with
possible.
you.
Paying
Investigator,
attention,
aren't you happy
investigator.
about last night?
Don't test me.
Hard to be happy about mass murder. That depends on your perspective. You have benefited directly from this mass murder. No more exile for the great
There
investigator.
is corruption on this island, investigator.
Demonic taint is the least of our worries when the syndicate is rotten. The council deserved nothing less. Sounds like you have motive.
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
The syndicate is built on dead bodies. Egos and ambition can only be sustained
Are
by
you
death.
happy with your truths?
I'm a casualty on the path, left to bleed out for someone's benefit. Can you imagine what benefit that would be, investigator? The council deserved to die, sliced to ribbons. My thought could be that maybe Yuri killed her instead and framed Henry. Tell me about this corruption. The syndicate is full of plotters and conspirators. So many of them have their little games. Last night, someone played the winning hand. Do you know who did it? Yes and no. I have some answers, but not all. Where were you at the time of the murder? I have no alibi, investigator. You're the only person on this island that knows I exist.
Don't test me.
And did you murder the council? Of course not, investigator. They deserve to die, but they deserve to be murdered by someone else. I have a vested interest in the whole system coming down, just not the top players. If I may offer some advice, the syndicate are all backstabbers. If you believe there is a conspiracy, break one of the suspects at trial. They'll crumble and will turn on each other. I look forward to our next conversation, investigator. I do hope you have more interesting questions. An unknown player in this madness. Who is she and what does she want?
What the hell?
She disappeared. She's a spirit lingering in this world driven by rage and revenge.
The
Perfect.
investigator is here.
There's more to her death than the official story. If she was murdered as part of some kind of plot, that gives her real motive for killing the council. Let's look at the report of her murder. Henry became possessed, and the arresting officer was Akiko. Akiko requested the presence of Grace Bloodlines, a syndicate's
bad
exorcist.
feeling
During the
about this.
exorcism, Akiko left the room, and Henry took the opportunity to kill Grace by strangulation. His demonic strength allowed him to break through his restraints and quickly kill her. He apparently carved the same symbols scorched into his skin into Grace's body. Before his arrest, Henry murdered his own mother, Rena Division. He strangled her and scorched her body with demonic sigils.
Sure.
Doomjazz examined the bodies and confirmed it. Henry was subdued, arrested, and pronounced guilty without a trial. One Last Kiss seems to think this isn't so straightforward. I need to speak to Akiko about a lapse in procedure and Henry to see if he remembers anything, which is unlikely. Maybe Doomjazz can help since he examined the victims. Ah, Jesus. Well that, again, did what most stuff does when we think we've found an answer to a question, and that is more questions rather than any answers, which I have to feel like we're getting to the core of it soon.
Was Crystal obtained?
But I mean, my theory falls apart. What when you take into account Akiko and the Doctor, why would they bother to help covering up Yuri's crimes? What would the benefit be for them? They don't seem to have benefited from it at all. Hello again.
One last kiss.
One last kiss. What was Montserrat's plan with regard to demons?
Dreadful.
Millennia ago, he could never have gone along with Carmelina's plan. He changed. He wanted control. All rulers do. The Syndicate wasn't reviving gods fast enough. We were struggling with the demons, a continual thorn in our sides. Carmelina's plan to block demonic corruption is flawed. The demons would be repelled from the island structures, but would still possess our cattle. They will scapegoat the citizens. He could come down fiercer on them. A nice move for an aspiring despot. That's not the end of Montserrat I remember. Immortality isn't a good thing. It warps the mind. He followed in the footsteps of Ezekiel. They went too far. The new island is born. You will have to live with it. I love having something to look forward to. How was Carmelina demon-proof the island? Demons and gods are just alien beings from different worlds. They enter our world through psychic pathways that bridge huge distances in the universe. Traveling along a pathway breaks the demon's form. Their psychic image crosses space and gathers as solid matter when they arrive on the island. The marshals hunt those demons down and exterminate them. Soldiers have their uses after all. When demons don't manage to assume a full corporeal form, they soak into the physical structure of the island,
Got it.
and the island becomes corrupted. The rut sets in and the island must end. Carmelina and Masahiro Heavy Industries developed a new technique that repels this corruption. Their plan is to charge the particles in our air, stopping demons from being liable to latch onto the physicality of the island. The very concrete will repel the demons. Does that mean that Perfect 25 will be filled with demons floating around in the air? That's the dirty secret. Demons will still come to the island. They need somewhere to go. The next best thing to the island structure are the minds of citizens. Perfect 25 will be a hotbed of demonic possession. Human minds are malleable and porous. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability. The structure of the island will be safe and permanent, but the citizens are the sacrifice being made to the pursuit of perfection.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The marshals will be
Mystery
busy,
awaits.
and so will you if you get to reform the Paradise Psycho
Got
Unit.
it.
That's not my priority. It will be. Oh god. God deception. How is God's deception different to the illegal communication that allows demons to the island? Do you believe that a human has the same ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos as a god? We are amateurs at opening the psychic pathways. The pathways are weak and easy to breach. The gods can speak across the universe without attracting the baying demonic hordes. The victims' dreams are filled with visions of the gods. They become the gods' thrall, executing their will for promises of power. The victim doesn't realize that it is happening. It is subtle, insidious.
Sorry.
That's how it was with me.
Do you understand, investigator?
The Syndicate hasn't worked out how to deal with god deception yet. The actions you take at the behest of a god are criminal, but you're a victim of the god. I hope that answered your question. It did, thank you. Hang out. Got time to chat? I have all the time in the world till the island
The
ends.
investigator
I
is
want to ask you
here.
about being deceived by a god. You're the expert in that, aren't you, investigator? You were our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. I want to know how it happens. The victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. What do you think? What do you think you caught the attention of a god? Why do you think you were caught the attention of a god? Sorry. I mean, look at her. Are you saying I wouldn't catch your eye? See, gods work in esoteric ways. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Enjoy Perfect Van Sang,
Damned Harmony saw an
investigator.
opportunity with you. The key was to unlock the Syndicate. He wanted to kill us all and feed off the released psychic energy. The Immortal Syndicate would have a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected. He'd have been the only god in town. The gods have no sense of community, do they? Frighteningly antique, yet they have learned nothing.
Mystery awaits.
Stay out of the shadow of your past, investigator. No. Alrighty. Let's go and see who, if fucking One Last Kiss has anything to say at all. You think this was all Henry?
What mysteries are
Aren't you paying
behind us?
attention, investigator? Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turn to conspirators. Someone found out how to breach a council building. I was there. I saw them. A
Ooh,
devilish plan.
The investigator is here.
That would be far too easy. Well, that's lame. Who do you think has motive? Very direct, investigator. It's been a long
test
millennia.
me.
I'm a little cranky.
The truth is all around you,
What if there was no more
investigator.
islands to end? Someone wouldn't have a job to do.
That's strange.
Witness? Who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to protect against danger? Me
Got it.
and
Who
Akiko.
would benefit from a crime like this?
Time to start asking questions, investigator. What do you think
Are
about
you
Akiko?
happy with your truths?
When you have a hammer, all you see are nails. I got that impression about Akiko. She's been trying to roll more power into her
That's
marshals.
strange.
Power? Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken by her troops. I was on her list. She was saw dealing with demons only as a military
Enjoy
problem.
Perfect 24, investigator.
Exorcism shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. So why kill the council? Scare the next council into militarizing. Create a soldier's paradise. Interesting.
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
Do you think that's enough of a motive? I absolutely do. It's less. It's absolutely a motive, and more. It absolutely lines up with Akiko as a personality. Did you see Henry while you were floating around the island last night? Did I? Didn't I? I don't want to say.
Do
Why?
you
That's the key to this whole thing.
understand,
You need to investigate it yourself. What can you tell me about the sigil scorched in Henry's skin? Demons speak in arcane tongues. During a possession, the demon is screaming in rage. The victim screams in the tongue of the demon, but the noises humans are capable of making are too limited.
Laughable.
We cannot pronounce demonic languages. We don't have the vocal range or understanding. Sometimes the demon's psychic force wills the words into existence. This can take on any number of forms: telepathy, unearthly sounds, loss of vision, and so on. Henry's case, the white-hot rage of the demon caused the sigils to be scorched onto his body. His body was burned from the inside. His insides are probably destroyed. His physical form was being held together by the demon. Do these sigils affect anyone else? Those he comes into contact with will also have them scorched into them.
Sure.
What kind of contact? A strong embrace. The skin needs to be pressed against another skin for several seconds. Same sigils were found drawn and blood at the crime scene. Would Henry have
Those
done
are
these?
facts, but are they the truth?
Drawing is an expression of the human mind. When you draw, you communicate something in your mind outwards. The demon has already found a way to express its emotions outwards by scorching its heavy body. Demon already has a canvas. It doesn't need another one. This is what I was saying. I don't think Henry drew the symbols. Why would he bother drawing the symbols? These symbols are drawn by someone else to put suspicion on Henry. I don't know if I ever said that, but I was definitely thinking it, and you have no choice to believe me. In fact, I'm going to speak for you and say that you do. Wow, thanks. So why are those symbols at the
Do
scene?
you understand,
That's for you to find out, investigator. I'm only an expert on demons, not crime scenes. Could the demon make Henry draw them? The demon does not control Henry. It causes him to act, but he chooses how to act. Do you see the difference? Like a boss that tells you what to do, not how to do it. Precisely. If Henry were to do that, he'd be doing it under his own volition. I don't know about you, but I can't draw characters from a language I don't understand. Tell me why Witness might want to kill the council. Witness is damaged. He's whipped himself up to a religious craze. He's started thinking things that shouldn't be thought
the
about.
hell?
What things? He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us. How does a ghost know this? Before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about demons, and I was the exorcist after all. He became fixated on the idea that the sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sin.
Ooh, the investigator is
What
here.
did he want to know from you? Are there signs to look for? Can we divine the star from the stars if flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has a responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs that an island is going to end and make sure that death and birth happen
Who
properly.
would benefit from a crime like these?
The innocuous questions came first. Then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons. Why ask about that? He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs of the end of an island. I'm not a fool, though. You don't ask those questions unless there is dark
Got
intent.
it.
What did you tell him? How demons enter the islands, how possession works, all standard topics everyone in the syndicate is educated on. So why was he asking? I think he was hoping for some nuance or detail that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the exorcists guard.
Is this a fact?
Let me ask a direct question.
Alright.
Do you think Witness was trying to use demons to cleanse the island? Zeta can't say. Certainly fixated on it, though. Did you see Yuri last
What
night?
mysteries are around us?
He was in the gardens, investigator. Bob. What if there was a gap? You should speak to Lydia. All right. I think we might do our quick no voice blitz through these if they don't give us anything. Second Holy Seal. What do you know about the Second Holy Seal? Mystery of mysteries. What is it? What's the secret? Closely guarded secret. People have found the answer. Who? That's too easy. Me. I did. In your professional opinion, could Zima possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space? Sometimes purely physical, sometimes only physical. Henry's demon did both. It exerts significant power over Henry. Demons are not from our planet. They come from a material kind of reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way that we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The red demon could definitely hold a human body tethered well outside of our world. What about physically feeling out and manipulating a lock on another planet? The Second Holy Seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from race to race, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't just physical, it exists as psychic plane as well. Some demon races can see the psychic shape of space. They can see the essence of everything and how it is linked on planes we can't comprehend.
The investigator is here.
What are the chances of a demon possessing Henry being one that can hold his body together in vacuum space and physically perceive the inner workings of a secret lock?
You paying attention, investigator?
What are the chances of the council being murdered and the exiled investigator being brought back? Slim, then. You need to decide what the truth is. Do you know anything about the fourth Holy Seal? I know it requires godliness to get through. How do you know that? As a spirit, I can go places
The
as scant.
investigator is here.
How can someone get through it? Find out how to become close to a god. What about Henry?
Mystery awaits.
What are gods and demons when you get down to it? Aliens, being from the depths of the universe? How could the Syndicate differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through a god seal? Could it? Well, that changes everything. Tell me more about what happened. I received a call from my dear Grand Marshal. She had arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with architect Carmelina at the time. Meaning about what? See next island. Perfect 25. One of her obsessions had been creating structures which repelled demonic corruption. She asked to come with me to view the exception. Is that normal? No, but I understood her interest. We arrived and she inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She'd left to wait outside the apartment. Henry was secured and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the exorcism. Planes of existence swirled around me. I was lost in the maelstrom with no sense of place or direction. Then the life was being choked out of me. I have no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died, murdered. A short while later, I was floating above the island. I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted towards the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back onto the island. Now, here I am.
Sure, those are facts, but are they the truth?
These islands, huh? More than you know. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what happened to him, but he's still on the island somewhere. I do. There you go. See the Grand Marshal? Speak to the Grand Marshal. See the architect? Have you asked witness? Did you see Crimson? You should speak to her, investigator. She doesn't have an alibi anyone could corroborate. He was in a clinic.
But are they the truth?
See
Do you
that?
understand, investigator?
I should go check out the Paradise Gates. See witness. Witness and Carmelina were together. Anything about the murder of the martial guards outside the council building?
Investigator?
What do you know about the escape last night?
The truth is all around
Everyone
you,
is lying.
investigator.
What about the distance and time? Have you checked that? Did Henry go through the syndicated queue? He'll have been logged if he did. Well, we already know all about that. What do you know about Henry's
What
demonic? Was his
mysteries are
possession
around
when
us?
these wheels were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone accessed the grimoires in the library? What if someone was named Yuri Knight and they did it and it was Yuri and Yuri did it and Yuri was the one who did it? Do you know anything about the third Holy Seal? Now I'm speaking with a friend agent to mock you one nice kiss. Who could get you there?
Who would benefit
A
from
special
crime
lock
like
requires
this?
an unusual key. What was the third seal? I've forgotten. That was the council blood members only. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Okay.